Good morning, Kurt. Well, if you're heading into work this morning or out on a road trip, you're going to have to pack your patience. A snowfall warning is in effect for our region. Environment Canada is predicting up to 15 centimeters of snow for Ottawa, with more falling in Cornwall, Kingston and Brockville. Roads in our area are slippery and drivers are being urged to go slow. Air travel could also be playing the waiting game. In Ottawa, some flights have been delayed or cancelled, and airports in Toronto and Montreal have also cancelled scores of flights. And Hydro-Quebec is bracing for the storm as it works to fix the damage from last week's storm. At the height of that storm, more than 110,000 people were without power. About 2,000 are still waiting for the lights to come back on. Most of those customers are in remote or isolated areas. The storm is expected to dump at least 15 centimeters in southern Quebec and in the region of Montreal-Laval. Well, it's back to work today for many people, but some of our city services are still running on a holiday schedule. OC Transpo will be running a reduced schedule up until Friday, January 4th, but they will offer free bus service on New Year's Eve from 8 p.m. until 4 a.m. Garbage and recycling collection will also be delayed by one day this week and next week. Federal Aboriginal Affairs Minister John Duncan is asking a Northern Ontario First Nation chief who is on a hunger strike to meet with him. Teresa Spence's hunger strike helped spark the national Idle No More movement, which in turn has spawned several protests, including an ongoing rail blockade in Sarnia. Duncan says he's worried about the leader's well-being and urged her to end her protest. She is highlighting Aboriginal concerns and wants to meet with Prime Minister Stephen Harper. The economic threat that's kept many Americans on edge for months is nearing reality unless the White House and Republicans cut a budget deal by New Year's Day. President Barack Obama cut his vacation short and is now back in Washington along with members of Congress. Congressional officials say there haven't been any significant strides towards a compromise and no new negotiations have been set. This week, the U.S. Treasury Department must begin steps to delay hitting the government's $16.4 trillion borrowing limit. If no steps are taken, the limit would be reached on December 31st. There were long lineups in Los Angeles as that city held a Guns for Groceries exchange day, prompted by the deadly shooting in Newtown earlier this month. The anonymous program allowed gun owners to turn over their weapons to police with no questions asked. Handguns, rifles, and shotguns could be traded in for grocery store gift cards worth $100 U.S. Assault weapons earned a $200 gift card. LA news outlets report police collected more than 1,500 weapons. Toyota has avoided a courtroom collision in the first of a batch of lawsuits over dangerous accelerator problems. The automaker has agreed to pay more than $1 billion to Americans whose cars plummeted in value after Toyota recalled more than 14 million vehicles. There were complaints that sticking pedals were causing sudden acceleration. But the deal doesn't completely put the brakes on the legal fight. Still in the works, U.S. trials in cases alleging death and injury, and Canadian cases are still pending too.